Overnight, Ukrainian drones reportedly attacked Shaykovka Airfield in Russia's Kaluga region. Massive explosions have been heard in the area surrounding the military airbase as Russian air defenses engage with the drones. Russian Tu-22 M3 strategic bombers are based on Shaykovka Airfield. After Russia broke the ceasefire by attacking Ukrainian cities, Ukraine strike back where it hurts the most. Damage assessment is ongoing. Also the previous night, the Ukrainian Defense Forces struck a facility in the industrial zone of Luhansk, where the Transmash enterprise is located, which Russians use to repair equipment. The local Telegram channel Incident Luhansk reported on this. The strike on the industrial zone took place on March 28, 2025, at approximately 22:12, when 2 explosions were recorded on the territory of the industrial zone. One of the strikes hit the area of the Transmash plant, Luhansk Teplovoz, after which a fire was reported. Photographs taken by local residents also confirm the fire in the area of the plant, according to one of the photos. According to the locals, the enterprise is a place actively used by the enemy forces, where, in addition to the military equipment is also located, which is probably undergoing repairs. The last strike on the plant's territory took place on June 8, 2023, when Russian and Luhansk media reported that 2 Storm Shadow cruise missiles struck the industrial zone. 4 explosions were recorded, but due to the remoteness of the facility and its military use by the enemy, there is no detailed information on the location of the strike or the damage caused. It should be noted that the enemy is actively using the occupied Luhansk for its own military purposes, deploying military equipment at industrial enterprises to modernize and repair it. One of these facilities came under attack by the Ukrainian Defense Forces, the territory formerly belonging to a military unit. OSINT researchers of the Ukrainian community Cyber found out that a powerful explosion occurred near the ruins of the armored vehicle storage facility of the former military unit A0625, which was disbanded many years ago. The Russians have been using this facility for their own military purposes since the beginning of the occupation of Luhansk in 2014. Trump, aka the extortionist, continues his mafia tactics, now threatening Zelensky over a mineral deal. He's trying to back out of the rare earth metals agreement, and if he does, he'll have big, very big problems, Trump told reporters.
Zelensky, by the way, I see he's trying to back out of the rare earth deal. And if he does that, he's got some problems, big problems. We made a deal on rare earth, and now he's saying, well, you know, I want to renegotiate the deal. He wants to be a member of NATO. Well, he was never going to be a member of NATO. He understands that. So if he's looking to renegotiate the deal, he's got big problems.
Let's go back to Trump kind of people. Russian priest Tkachev told how family dinners should look like. First, women should give food to their husbands, then to themselves, and only at the end, to the children. By the way, I would like to remind you that Russia has no law against domestic violence.
We have corrupted the children, and you give them the first piece. Now check yourselves. Sit at the table. At the table, let's say, the grandma made borscht. At the table sit her daughter and her husband, the son-in-law, that is, of the grandma who made the borscht. And the children are sitting at the table. The first bowl is poured. To whom does the grandmother serve the first bowl? If it's to the children, then she's a criminal. If to her daughter, then she is a double criminal. To her daughter's husband, a man sitting at the table, the father of her grandchildren, the first piece and the first bowl, then to the daughter, then to herself, then to the children. How do you behave? You shove all the sweets into your pup's mouths, who then grow into dogs and bite you, start using drugs, fornicating, acting depraved, going insane, jumping off roofs.
The funeral of the Malenko family who were killed a week ago in their own home during a Russian attack with Shahed drones on Zaporizhia. The victims were 38-year-old Olha, 41-year-old Roman, and their younger daughter, 17-year-old Uliana Kristina. Ola worked in the trade sector, and Roman was a construction worker. Uliana Kristina was studying to become a pastry chef and worked as a courier, as well as being a member of the local motorcycle community. The only survivor from the family was their elder daughter, 21-year-old Victoria, who was not at home at the time of the attack. Deepest condolences. Russia has caused an inconceivable amount of grief to Ukrainians. It continues doing so.
Лягаю спати, я не можу спокійно заснути. Я не уявляю, що вони відчували в цей момент. Який звук вони чули, про що вони думали. Мені так тяжко засипати просто вночі.
Можна матюкатися. Русаки зібрали життя. Дівчина, яка просто тільки все починалося. В неї було стільки планів, стільки жаги до цього життя. Да?
Мама її була теж дуже світла людина, така добра, чуйна. Не можу нічого про цю сім'ю погано сказати. Батька, звісно, я не знала, бо не була з ним знайома. Але я також думаю, що він також був світлою людиною.
The newly established U.S. Department of Government Efficiency plans to cut approximately 1,000 jobs at one of the country's largest ammunition plants. This was reported by KFOR, following a conversation with Senator James Lankford. The McAllister Army Ammunition Plant, which is operated by the U.S. Department of Defense, is the largest ammunition depot in the United States. The plant specializes in producing, modernizing, repairing, and disposing of a wide range of ammunition, including the GBU-43 MOAB, the world's most powerful aerial bomb. MCAP is storing over a third of the U.S. Army's ammunition. Senator Lankford warned that cutting up to 1,000 civilian positions could significantly impact operations at MCAP, which currently employs 1,883 civilian workers. Military analyst Colby Badwar expressed concerns that such job cuts would negatively affect U.S. defense capabilities and disrupt numerous international contracts. In addition to cuts at MCAAP, Lankford stated that 600 civilian jobs at Tinker Air Force Base, the largest logistics and maintenance center for the U.S. Air Force, would be eliminated. Lankford emphasized that Tinker and MCAAP could not operate effectively with such reductions. Tinker cannot operate if we lose 600 civilian employees. We cannot keep the aircraft in the air for a long time for the Air Force, and that is very important to us. The same is true for McAllister. If we take 1,000 civilians out of there, we won't be able to do the work, he said. On February 19th, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered Pentagon leadership to develop plans for an 8% reduction in the defense budget over the next 5 years. The funding cuts were not supposed to affect operations on the U.S. southern border, nuclear modernization, missile defense, or the purchase of kamikaze drones and ammunition. Several key regional commands, including Indo-Pacific, Northern, and Space Commands, will continue to receive funding, while European, Central, and African commands will not.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.